You're watching Let's Chat.
I am here today with Congressman Chuck Fleischmann, who has just been named chairman of the powerful Energy and Water Subcommittee of Appropriations. Thank you so much for being here today, Congressman.
It's a pleasure. Good morning. Great to be back in Chattanooga.
Yes, we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
So what is this new position you're taking on? What does it mean?
Well, I serve in a very special role in Congress and have for over a decade, and that's the role of an appropriator. That is the committee in Congress that handles all of the discretionary spending. Defense, education, Department of Energy, all of the above, Army Corps of Engineers. Most people in Congress, whether they're a Republican or a Democrat, are authorizers. They pass laws. We fund their initiatives. So it's something that I've wanted to do for quite some time. I will have 3 subcommittees on appropriations, but fortunately, I'll be able to chair the Energy and Water Subcommittee, a wonderful portfolio. Army Corps of Engineers, the Department of Energy, all of our work up in Oak Ridge. So proud of the Oak Ridge-Chattanooga partnership that keeps getting better and better every year. So very thankful for this privilege.
What are some of your goals in this new role?
Well, the first thing is we've got to find out how much in the way of spending we will have. The term is a 302B, but that's just an allocation. We don't know year to year how much our budget will be for that particular subcommittee. So once we get that, I will sit down with members in my party, as I did this week, and members of the other party, as I will next week. It is bipartisan. Of course, Republicans now have the majority on all committees, including appropriations and appropriation subcommittees. So we're going to sit down and talk about the nation's priorities, but clearly Army Corps of Engineer projects, Department of Energy projects. We're doing so much at Oak Ridge. We are leading the world in everything from supercomputing research to nuclear research. The Oak Ridge National Lab is incredible. The DOE reservation up there has an annual appropriation of about $7.4 billion. That's an economic impact for the state of over $50 billion.
Wow. And you just flew in from D.C. last night, is
Yes.
that right? What were you up there working on recently?
Appropriations.
Okay.
Of course, we vote just about every day.
Oh, wow.
I haven't missed a vote in forever. I really believe.
good.
The other day I was looking, I've cast close to 8,000 votes since I've been in Congress. So
That's
isn't that amazing?
amazing.
Yes. And I have one of the highest percentage because I just don't like to miss.
Right.
If I miss a vote, that means, well, about 750,000 East Tennesseans just don't have a voice in that vote. So
Right.
I'm very adamant about casting those votes. So we do our votes, but we're organizing our subcommittees. We're moving forward on appropriations, looking forward to that. We will be working with our great Senator Bill Hagerty on appropriations. He's Tennessee's appropriator in the Senate. So looking forward to getting some of these things done and basically bringing home the bacon for the great state of Tennessee.
Speaking of subcommittees, plural, you told me you were appropriator of other subcommittees.
Yes.
Which ones are those?
Well, I was very privileged to be placed on Labor, Education, Health, and Human Services, which is the second largest subcommittee in terms of dollars, second only to Defense. Very important for the great state of Tennessee and for the nation. And in addition, I got a little surprise. They found out that I had an ability and an expertise in foreign policy. So I was placed on the Appropriations Committee for state and foreign operations. What that will entail is traveling abroad a little bit more than I would care to, but we will get it done. I've always been a team player. I said, you put me where you want me to, I will do the best job for the American people I can.
In a time when both sides seem to be getting angrier in their rhetoric, how do you hope to work with Democrats over the next 2 years?
It's an excellent question. I have always tried to focus on civility and trying to reach common ground. I'll give you a specific example. Just this week, a couple of days ago, I was at the Italian embassy, had a wonderful visit with the ambassador. There were Republicans and Democrats there of Italian descent. Most people don't know this. I'm actually half Italian on my mother's side. But it was wonderful to sit there and actually have dinner, converse, and get along. But there are bona fide differences. I'm a conservative Republican. I have that worldview, that ethos. I think the only thing that will save our country is fiscal and moral responsibility. Some of the people on the other side of the aisle have a very different view, and they get elected in their districts. So I'm going to continue to be civil. I will treat people very fairly when I have that gavel. because I believe in being treated fairly when we didn't have the gavel. I was ranking member for quite some time, meaning the leading minority member on the Homeland Security Subcommittee of Appropriations. And I was treated with tremendous respect, even though we had very, very strong differences with the Democrats on that committee, largely over the wall and ice beds, to be specific, but never had a cross word with the chair.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Congressman. How can your constituents get a hold of you?
Please, thank you so much. The thing I'm most proud of is our constituent service work. We have an office right here in Chattanooga. We have an office in Athens, Tennessee, the friendly city, which I love. And we have an office in Oak Ridge because of all the DOE work. So 3 offices, or you can call our Washington, D.C. office. Always welcome. If you come up, it gets a little lonely in Washington, D.C., especially when you're there 3 and 4 weeks at a time. So come on up and visit me, please.
Sure. Thank you so much for being here, Congressman Fleischmann. Safe travels while you're down here in Tennessee and back up to D.C.
Thank you. It's great to be with you all.
Thank you.